Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. If you have a little look on the map, this is the section that I'm in. Remember we had a choice of where to go in a previous video, and I chose the other place for my sins. And so now we're going to the other area. And we're straight away gifted with a quest item on the floor. And when we open up the quest and start this quest, oh, what's it hold for us? You know, is it going to be like the treasure map? Are we going to go and get the golden banana? Is there going to be something hidden in that lake? You know, oh, the excitement rose. And what did it give me? Could you go and collect some of these relics by the lakeside, please? Honest to God, Blizzard. If I knew where you lived, I would be stood outside your house with a baseball bat with nails in. The other way round. Yeah, I mean, come on. Look, how many times have we found an item in this expansion so far that's granted us a quest? I can remember 3 instances. We had the treasure map in Unga Ingu, which led us to the legendary golden banana. Let's all worship at the feet of the golden banana. And then we had the ring that I found near to the yak wash, which I just handed in, and that sent me on another quest. So at least it started something, even if it wasn't particularly exciting. And then this one. Yeah, look, we found this quest item on the ground. What treasures is it going to hold? Oh, it just wants us to go around picking up 8 objects and hand them in. Oh, come off it, Blizz. Really? Are you so out of ideas? I mean, oh my God. If you're going to plant something like that for us to find, then at least make it worth our while. You know, there could have been 3 little fun items. Because these fun items are now scaring me, by the way. Because since I've done these videos, there are certain quests which I've done which have granted little toys which I've shown throughout the 4.5 months that I've been doing the videos. And some of them have been taken away. Like back in Krasarang Wilds, when it offered me a clothy head, instead of the kickable keg. Remember the kickable keg? And then we had another instance later on here in Dread Wastes, where we had that Goklok shell, which made you look like Venus Rising, or Birth of Venus, I should say, the painting by Botticelli. But that quest no longer awards that item. So where are these little toys being hidden? So if we're going to find an item, Blizz, for God's sake, make it fun. Make it worth our while. Don't just turn it to a boring collect quest. Because let's face it, you owe us. You seriously owe us the amount of crap we've gone through in this leveling experience. Wow. Do you know, I think I'm going to buy a cellar for a horse. And I'm just going to have this horse in a cellar, and then I'm going to cut the roof off the top of the cellar, so whenever I want to get on my high horse, I can just walk and then just fall onto the horse. You know, hey, I'm on my high horse. It just would save a lot of time. Come on, Blizz, the questing so far, it's gone in a downward spiral and it's not coming back up. This is not Shadowpan quality by any stretch of the imagination. It's weak, it's boring, it's mundane. I'm going back to where I was pre-level 88. You don't want that as back. Oh no, you don't want that as that back. What's an as that back? So after we've taken care of all that boring stuff, we're now going to protect while he wiggles his hands about in a furious fashion, as if he's trying to juggle fresh air. Oh my God, the fresh air! I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna drop it. So while he's doing that, and we can take care of it, we have one final chore to take care of. And at last, this is relatively a bit of fun, because we're in a pit with eggs and this, you know, crocolisk matriarch, which is quite blatantly corrupted by Shah. But this is like Leroy Jenkins's room in Blackrock Spire, or Upper Blackrock Spire. And if you go past the eggs, then you hatch a bunch of little crocolisks. And as you saw from the damage that was being dealt out, you know, oh God, it's still on me! Get off! Get off, you little... Where's Steve Irwin? Oh. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. So that's been taken care of. Yeah, you can sod off back to your Galaxy. Thanks for the kill and collect quests. Dickhead. Right. So, please, God, something else happen here before I lose my marbles. When I gave you the video a couple of days ago, when I first arrived in a Dread Waste and I was riding off the crest of the Shadow Pan, I thought, yeah, this wasn't too bad, but I must have just got my head down when I was doing these videos, when I was filming them, and just got into a dream world and just got on with it. So again, I've got the choice of two areas, and I've decided to go to Soggy's Gamble, because it sounds amazing, and it's got the best person in the whole of Cataclysm here. Come on, wave it. There he is! He's got a fish! I want the fish, I want the fish. Oh, Blizzard, why couldn't that be the item? Instead of the stupid collect quest that you gave us when we found that relic in the bottom, why couldn't you have given us the fish to carry over our heads? And then just imagine if we'd gone to Vale of Eternal Blossoms as Alliance and had a fish bike. You could have mounted the fish bike holding a fish above your head. Oh my God. Has anyone got a cigarette? Because things have just happened down below. Okay, so I'm now going to take care of these. I'm now going to take care of this. Wait a minute. I'm now going to try and take care of this. Yeah, I've got to kill this fish, and I've killed it right in the middle of a current. So every time I try and loot the fish, I just get dragged away by the current. And I was going to edit that bit out because I thought I'm going to look like a right Burke. And when I watched it back, I thought it was hilarious. I just couldn't for the life of me. But I was just like, why were you persisting for so long to try and loot the fish which you blatantly couldn't loot? Oh dear. But there's some relatively interesting stuff now in Soggy's Gamble. It is turning, and it's probably turning because we've got nothing to do now with the Galaxy. We're with the Anglers. These are the peeps who become also a level 90 faction to quest for. And we've got to kill these fish, and then we kill these fish, and it drops the bits, and then what we do is we put the bits in the trap, and then we go around and we molest otters or something like that. No, we feed them. It was something like that. They leave very happy, put it that way. And, you know, stuff that leaves that happy normally hasn't just had a feed. It's had somewhere else as well. So we blast away here. It's all, you know, it's not bad stuff, but at least it's a slightly bit different. And we're underwater, so the environment's now different. And look at this guy. My God. Mate, you got bulimia or something. That is rancid. Yeah. Sit down, Shep. So those two quests are nearly taken care of. Well, they are in a second because I'm sort of going along at a nice little pace, just taking out these little fishies one by one. And then a hunter comes along and starts pulling everything. I'm a hunter and I've got a pet and I can do everything. So I thought, screw you. I am pulling everything. Everything that comes in my wake. And then some of the stuff which I didn't actually want to pull anyway. So I ended up pulling, what, six fish all in all. And then nearly getting dragged away by the current again. By the way, those currents can work for you. If you do get the right current, it will just zap you quickly to the place that you need to quest. But no, you know me, I don't ever do something the easy way. So look at that, I actually took care of the 6 fish as well. Oh yeah, I'm a bloody outright hero, me. Goodness knows how on earth I got away with that. But yeah, thankfully I think a change of scenery and a change in the questing has just mellowed me out a little bit from the horrific start to the Galaxy kill and collect quests. I'd just say quests, but they're not. They're just kill and collect quests. So let's hand in all these gubbins, and what else have we got? Well, we're going to go and speak to Soggy himself. He's going to give us a couple of quests. He's going to give us his dog to look after as well. Now, his dog's not a regular dog. It's a fishman again. The dog's not just a regular dog. It's a big-ass Rorus. There you go. So I just summon him out. There you go. Hello, boy. And I've got to do a few things. It's a little bit like Orphan Week, actually. I've got to take him to various points of the map so he can see them. And then when you get to there, he says, oh, yes, I've seen that. He pisses on it, and then we move on. I mean, that is the truth. I'm not just making that stuff up. You go, here, doggy, look at this area. And the dog goes, hey! Right, we can go now. Oh, cheers, dog. So we're sticking some balloons on some crab nets typey things. Crab trap, yeah. Those things. And then we're killing these mollusky creatures. And then Doggy's going to eat them when we kill them. And there's lots of little crawdaddies as well wandering around. And they're nice little bits of fodder for us to get experience. And then the sharkies here. We kill the sharkies. We get the teeth. We get the jaw. Anyway, we open up the jaw and we nick the teeth. Now that I actually quite enjoyed as a collect quest. I thought it's one of the few which genuinely makes sense that they have. Yes, it's an RNG quest, but I just quite enjoyed it. Yeah, you got a jaw, and then you're taking the teeth out of the jaw. So how many teeth have you managed to salvage? So, you know, I like logic, you know me. I get a bit for logic, and that was just a logical collect quest. So it's all going along rather nice. I'm enjoying the underwater situation. You know, again, it sort of reminds me of Vashir, and I did like that place. I thought it's a risk, you know, one of the very, very few risks which Blizzard like to take in their expansions nowadays. And yeah, it's just a little bit of a shame that we couldn't do a bit more, in as much as, you know, again, when you take us underwater into a completely new environment, it does lend itself for a completely different type of questing. And I personally think Blizzard get the questing wrong anyway, because I feel as if they should base their series of quests around a short and sweet story instead of short and sweet story dialogue, which is a big difference. Because remember when we had the Shadow Pan, we were going all the way through town-long steps to help them out, but we kept getting subplots. You know, we got soon a silent strike, and then we got delayed because we started to reinforce, you know, an outpost. And then just before we got to Nisal Temple, there are again another couple of outposts which are being besieged that need our help. And there's all these little subplots which started to emerge. But I kind of get the feeling more often than not that Blizzard already have a script set out for what the story's going to be. So that in this case, let's say Soggy wants us to find a treasure map, and then he's going to go back out into the sea and he will try and find a treasure, and it will end in his downfall. That's not what happens, by the way. It's just me making stuff up. And then they go, right, so what we'll do is when he goes out to try and find the treasure map, we'll have the character doing 2 kill and a collect quest. One of them would be an RNG. And then when he gets the treasure map, then we'll have him attacked and he'll have to kill 6 of them. If you know where I'm coming from. Instead of developing a story through the actual quests itself. Tell me if I'm making any sense, or I am the ramblings of a mental person. Or probably both, actually. Am I making sense while being a crazy mental person? That would maybe sound a little more likely. Now, I thought it was only 100 teeth we had to get, but it actually turned out to be 200. So I was like, oh! I thought it was going nice and quick for me, and I thought I'd better just check with the doggy that I handed that quest there and then, in case it gave me a follow-on quest in this area, and I didn't go all the way back to where everybody else was. And then him go, yeah, can we go back? Because now I've got to dye my piss red and go all through it again, or something like that. So, yeah, come on, where are you, sharkies? I want to get out of here now. Reminds me of my fish tank. My fish tank's got no fish in it. Don't ask. So, yeah, we're nearly done. We just need to take care of a couple more. And then we'll be back at the base, and we have a little bit of a treat lined up for the end. Oh, we deserve one. I mean, let's face it, we've had yesterday's video, which I really want to forget as quickly as humanly possible. And then we've had this one, which started off pretty rough, and I think slightly improved here at the anglers. It's got a wee bit better, but again, I will stress, this ain't no Shadow Pan questing here at all, Blizzard. Ain't anywhere near. But Soggy's now going to get, well, even soggy around the eyeballs, because he's now going to read what we've just found for him, and it's, yeah, all very touching, and Has he finished yet? Has he finished yet? Oh, come on, Soggy. I've got experience to get. I want to get to level 90. I need to get out of this place. Thank you. So, where's the Fishman? The Fishman! Oh, can I take him with me? So, we've now been sent to help this little fisher dude. And this is quite funny. This is short, sweet, and just quite funny, even though it's a kill quest. We're trying to help him out, put his lines in, and then we keep pulling in these little octopusy type of creatures, squiddy octopi. And they come bouncing in every time we try and help him out. I think I did 4 all in all. I think there are 4 rods to test, and it's the final rod which collects what he needs to collect. Look at that! Whoa! Big ass Leviathan in the water that's just gone and nicked him. And then we've had some phasing because we now have a load of these little squiddy creatures in the harbour. Ooh, and if we finish this, then we get ourselves a nice little blue item. But oh, here we go. Pew, 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 pew. We are harpooning the living crap out of it. So you've actually got to line up where the red markers are, because they are different points of the Kraken. And you blast away, and the only bad thing I've got to say, this was wicked to do, but Blizzard, more! Why couldn't he have had it loads of tentacles up in the air as well, and we were blasting his tentacles down, and maybe his tentacles spun around to protect its head, instead of us just going for the head, and it was all over in a couple of seconds, because that was wicked fun. So I'm going to go and put myself back in the closet for a couple of days, and I shall be back with more stuff, so please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, everybody. Yeah, there's another Paragon, sod off, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.